business in Torbay and South Devon. This is the TorbayHour radio show.
Good evening, it's just after 8 o'clock. It is the TorbayHour radio show. It happens every week at 8 o'clock. It's remarkable, isn't it?
Does it? What?
We are here. Good evening, we're talking and tweeting business for Torbay and South Devon. So, if you've never tuned into the show before, what we do is we talk about business, promoting business, and South Devon as well. Recent guests on the show include the Prime Minister. I kid you not.
Strange world.
If you've not heard it, then listen back via the YouTube service. Listen again. Go to YouTube, search for TorbayHour, and listen. We kid you not, the PM was on this show. If you want to get in touch, it's so desperately simple. All you need to do is use the hashtag
TorbayHour.
Nice and easy, isn't it? Get in touch if you've got any questions, if you've got something you'd like to shout about. The nice thing with this show is that we can pretty much advertise anything, as long as it's legal and decent.
Even if it's not? Well, if it's as long as it's legal.
Absolutely. So if there's something you want to promote, maybe you're holding an event, maybe it's an open day, maybe you're just launching a new business, maybe you're just in Torbay for the first time doing a bit of a recce and deciding if this is where you want to do business, this is where you can find everyone you need to know. We've had legal advice on the show, we've had accounting advice, we've had the police, we've launched crime initiatives.
We've done lots since September. We've done a hell of a lot.
And of course, the other thing which we do is support big-time local music in Torbay and South Devon, in fact, the whole of Devon. So, tonight we will have 3 acts, all of which are from this fair county. And tonight, because we're in a particularly creative mood, I don't know whether we have to keep going on darling or anything. Do we? It's a pretty lovey.
I feel like I should be wearing a tux.
Well, yeah, maybe crushed velvet or something with a bit of a bow tie. I'm thinking that there is a bit of a lovely thing going on. Our special guest in the studio tonight is John Tomkins. And John, you make movies.
I do indeed, yeah.
What a chat-up line.
Well, you know. Oh, yeah, I've never used that. I'm a movie producer.
Hey.
Do you want to be in my film?
Do you want to be in a film?
Never works when I try it.
I can see that. Yeah, John's carrying a clapperboard with him. Anyway, we're talking about movies. Now, you might not necessarily think that the film industry was a natural cousin or brother or even sister to Torbay, but we will hopefully try and break down some of those myths, talk about the movies that are being made in Torbay and South Devon and how you can possibly get involved as well. But we're going to start the show as ever with our account of the week. This week we have got, they're kind of I was going to say an old name, but that sounds mildly derogatory. I don't mean it like that. We've got BMADS as our account of the week this week, and it's Chris Lancaster. Good evening, Chris.
Hi, Rick. Hi.
Now, I first came across BMADS back in the early 2000s. You started 2002, wasn't it?
The idea was developed in 2002 with the first bike night in 2003. Yeah.
Okay. And for people that don't know, BMADS stands for Bikers Make a Difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So give us a rundown about what the organisation does.
Well, what it's done and what it was started for, Kelvin, who founded it, together with his wife Jane, had some disabled lads, and found themselves struggling to get funding for certain things that they would like, and he came up with the idea that actually we could do some good work in Torbay and now South Devon as well. So what it is on a weekly basis on Wednesday nights, where the council very kindly opened up the seafront at Paynton for us, and we asked for a donation from bikers who have come on the bikes to come and park on the seafront and talk all things bike and drink cups of coffee, basically.
Now, your background, you were the road safety officer, weren't you, for Torbay Police?
That's right, traffic management and road safety. When Kelvin first approached the authorities, of which I was one of those people in that position at the time, with this idea, both the police and the council, and we sort of looked at each other and gasped, thinking all these bikers would be turning up and causing havoc and mayhem. And I've actually turned coat now and I'm involved in it. So
you're kind of gamekeeper turned poacher, so to speak.
Yeah, something like that. But it was such a good idea. The idea was we'd let it run for a year, see how it went, and actually it was brilliant. no problems whatsoever, and there never has been any problems.
Okay.
Since then.
So in these, where are we, 13 years since it started, how much money has been raised for local charities?
It's in excess of 350,000 has been raised for local charities.
Which is an incredible amount of money, it really is.
Yeah. We sort of raise on average about 30 to 35,000 a year for local charities, and all that money goes to local charities within South Devon, Torbay and South Devon, with a TQ postcode. And we have some standing charities that we give donations to. St John's Ambulance, Devon Freewheelers, they're the blood bikes who deliver emergency supplies. The Devon Ambulance, which has done so much for bikers across the two counties who unfortunately come a crop on their bikes. And Torbay Young Carers is something dear to Kelvin. So they're the sort of standing charities. And then we accept bids, if you like, from individuals and organisations for individuals for equipment and things that will help sick, disabled and disadvantaged children.
So basically, if you've got a motorbike or an interest in bikes, presumably, will you accept a scooter?
Absolutely. If it's got the remit is if it's got handlebars, we'll let it on.
Right.
So yeah, trikes, scooters, and we have quite a number of scooters that come along. In fact, Torbay mods regularly visit us, and so anything with handlebars, basically, with an engine, of course.
And to be fair, these things now, there are literally thousands of people that turn up, aren't there?
Yeah. Just looking sort of last year through the summer, most nights last year, we were taking in excess of £900 in donations. So that means that there must be about 900 plus motorcycles on Paynton Seafront. When it rains, people don't come, but that's not a problem. Having said that, every year, and we had some wet weeks last year, we had somebody turn up. So we have to go down, open the gates and take their money off them.
Well, of course. Now, one of the big things is the festival. Now, this is, I guess, is it a relatively recent addition to the calendar for BMADS?
No, it's been going 11 years, virtually the year after we started the bike nights.
Oh, right.
We came up with the idea of a festival, a 3-day festival, which starts on the Friday night and goes through to Sunday night. It's on the bank holiday this weekend. It's always been the bank holiday. People complain to us in a nice way that they wished it went on longer, onto the Monday, which is obviously a bank holiday. But the thing is, we're all volunteers. We all take time off work to do this thing.
Oh, it's shocking, Chris. Shocking, really.
Well, of course, I'm retired now, sort of. But we need the Monday to pack up so that the green is available of Paynton by the Tuesday. By Tuesday, it's virtually all cleared and Paynton can have their green back. So we have to pack up on the Monday.
Now, the other good thing that you do as well is a lot of the acts that you have on are sort of Devon-based acts as well. So this year, looking down, you've got people like Eat the Rich, you've got Sarah Yo, who's well known to us here at the Music Mill as well. You've got Barefoot Bandit, Western Side, These Raining Days. Some fantastic acts to see as well. Yeah,
I think it's 16. I haven't counted them. I think it's 16 bands, 3 on the Friday, 7 or 8 on the Saturday, and 5 on the Sunday. We tried to get as many local bands as we can, but we're always massively oversubscribed. And I would say most of the bands play for the love of playing and don't charge, which is great. Some of the bigger acts, we've got Martin Turner playing the music of Wishbone Ash this year. They've come from quite a distance, so we do have to pay for some of the bands. But most pay, just come along and do it for free, which is great, because the festival now costs a lot of money to put on, an enormous amount of money. We still like to say that every penny that the bikers give us that come on goes to charity. And in fact, the festival's paid for by the number of trade stands that we get down there. So the trade stands give us a donation to be there, and we use that to run the event. And this year, we've doubled the amount of trade stands from 50 to 100, over 100 trade stands this year.
Which is excellent.
Which is good. So the green will be absolutely packed with trade stands. And we've got the Wall of Death coming back this year.
Oh, wow.
Which is a great thing in itself to go and see.
I saw that a few years ago, and it's one of those things, until you've actually seen it up close, you don't realise what a challenge it is.
No, that's right. And I think last year they did have a slight incident down in Cornwall. So they make it look easy. It's not easy, and things can go wrong. Having said that, all the health and safety is done, and there's no danger to anybody who goes and has a look at it.
You've also got a bit of a coup this year, and I'm not going to steal your thunder, Chris. So tell us who's going to be coming to visit on Saturday.
It is a coup. We've managed to get Carl Foggy. Of course, most people will probably know him as the last year's King of the Jungle. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. But for the biking fraternity, he is a superbike champion. He has won the TT and numerous other races. So he's both of an interest to the biking fraternity, but also to just everybody who watches the TV and watches I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. So he's coming on Saturday. He's kicking off on Saturday in the band tent with an audience which we are charging for people to go and see that. I have to say it's a snip of a price at £5 for an adult and £2.50 for children. I saw Carl last weekend at the MCN Live event at Skegness at Butland, where he did another audience with. Amazingly funny guy, actually. Very dry, but and would talk for England. So quite an interesting bloke to listen to.
Brilliant. So that's happening this Saturday at, let's say, 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30 to 1:30.
12:30 to 1:30. Paynton Green, definitely a world-famous celebrity coming to the area, followed by Out of Isca on the main stage there as well. So it really is a fantastic weekend. And even if motorbikes, if you've never seen one end of a motorbike from another, there is something for everyone down there, really, isn't there?
Absolutely. And this year we've got a food court. In the past we've just had sort of hog roast and burgers and this, that, and the other. But we've got all sorts of different food types coming this year, and we've put together a food court. So sort of noodles and pancakes and all sorts of different stuff. So it's not just your burger and chips type stuff, which is fine. But we're trying to sort of notch it up a bit really this year.
Brilliant. You had me at the word food court.
Yeah.
Chris, it's been great. You must come back, or at least let us know how much money you raise over the weekend.
Yeah.
When do the regular bike nights start again?
The regular bike nights start on Wednesday, June the 3rd. June the 3rd will be our first one, and they go through till Wednesday, September the 30th. All the information is on the website, which is dead easy because it's bmad.co.uk. But if you were to search Paynton Bike Nights or Paynton anything with bike in it, it will come up. We've obviously got the Facebook as well and the Twitter account, bmad_Devon. And all the information is on there. If anybody's got any questions to ask, then they can do it through the Facebook accounts. We both have a group and a page that we use on Facebook. If people want Carl Fogarty tickets, the audio information is on those two locations. There is a telephone number you can get hold of them, or you can come down onto the green. But I would suggest you would need to do that very early on Friday to make sure you've got tickets. We are expecting it to sell out for Saturday morning.
Okay.
The gates open at 6 o'clock Friday night, and it starts with a sort of a normal bike night type thing on the Friday. Gates opening at 6 with the last band finishing at 11 o'clock. And then on the Saturday, the gates open at 10 and again through till 11 o'clock.
And your colleague or former colleagues from the are they called the Black Rats, the police on the bikes? Are they going to be down there with their kit?
Yeah, of course. Black Rats is a sort of generic term for traffic officers. But,
right.
Yeah, there will be some Black Rats down there. The Peninsula Motorcycle Forum, which is an amalgam of the police and local authority and now the Devon Somerset Fire Rescue Service, will be down there, and they'll be pushing various courses and also introducing people to stuff that they would like them to try. But the bikes will be there, so if people want to sit on the stuff, they can do.
Fantastic. Chris, listen, have a great weekend and raise loads and loads of money. We'll make sure we give out all the details again for the Facebook and the Twitter and stuff like that. And as I say, come back and tell us how much you raised.
I will, indeed.
The Featured accounts with the Works Torbay. Flexible, affordable workspace. A new way of working and doing business.
So yes, this weekend, if you're at a loose end, or even if you're not, put it in your diary. You need to get down to Painting Green, because that is where it's happening. At 8:15, it is the TorbayHour radio show. Welcome along if you've just tuned in. We're talking and tweeting business. We're going to be talking movies in the not too distant. Martin, what's going on the stream tonight?
Right, first off, a big hello to Disco Junction, tweeting all the way from Romania.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yeah. He's tweeted
We've
his
gone
view.
international.
We've gone international. See, movie night, international night. Also, Torbay Gardener was on. If you got any garden work needed at the moment, give him a call. The weather's getting nice. Get your garden sorted. Get the barbecue out.
No, you got me there. Our garden is pretty much a health hazard at the moment. So, yes, I need to spend a long time or get somebody in.
And if anyone can tell me how I can build a hog roast in my garden, you've mentioned it off air. And it's like, I want a hog roast now.
Well, there's going to be one down at BMAD, so we can go down there.
Yeah, the pig apple.
Fine. There we go.
Yeah, we're down there. A few hellos to people that have been away for a while. So hello to the Marketing Geeks, hello to Paul Plum Torbay, and hello to Matt Rogan. Matt's back.
Matt Rogan, I tell you what, if he could only see what's going on Periscope right now, but of course he can't.
He can't because he hasn't got an iPhone.
There you go. Periscope, whole nother story. We need to get Nick Ellison in to talk about it. I'm just totally obsessed with it.
Yeah, you and me both.
It's going to change the world. It really is. Right, now talking about moving pictures, let's talk movies now. Welcome to the studio to John Tomkins. Welcome to the TorbayHour radio show.
Yeah, hello. Well, thanks very much for having me on the show.
Well, it's great. We're talking films now. This is, talking culture here, aren't we? And for me and Martin, that's.
Well, one thing I discovered when I first started in 2008 making sort of bigger kind of films, there wasn't a lot going on. Now, there's an explosion of filmmakers and filmmaking talent here in the southwest. It's just amazing.
Now, this is great. Are you a Torbay boy yourself? Or?
No, actually West Sussex.
Okay, so you moved down.
But I moved down here in 2000, and there's always been creativity down there. I mean, I was first involved in music, and I helped organise a couple of music festivals down here, and then I got into filmmaking.
How do you suddenly decide, right, I'm going to go into filmmaking?
Well,
how does that happen?
Well, firstly, I started making music videos. These like experimental videos for myself. Then I started making videos for other people, and then from there it went into fuller-length films.
All right, so give us some of the titles that you've made already.
We made 2012, made a film called They're Coming. Mm-hmm. That was filmed right across the bay. It was an action thriller.
Okay.
Such a locations you may have heard of, like the Attic nightclub, the Riviera Centre, Rock Walk, Paynton Library. They're all utilised to make that film. A Dark Tale. It was a Tim Burton, Terry Gilliam type film. Yeah. Loads of makeup. We had to create a waiting room for the afterlife. So had all these amazing, talented makeup artists led by Sarah Hartley, and they did this amazing job of making people look dead. You had a guy with like an axe coming out of his head, things like that.
Nice.
But amazingly supportive. There were university graduates came down from as far as Taunton to help out.
So do you find, is there obviously everyone wants to be, it's one of those things, isn't it? Everyone wants to be in the movies or on TV or whatever it is. Do you find that there is that creative talent in terms of lighting, in terms of sound, in terms of editing, all those kind of support industries?
It's sort of hidden away. And you mentioned you're making a film, and the first thing people say, can I see it on YouTube, kind of thing. The quality of the films are getting better and better, I find.
You can shoot full HD on your phone, can't you? So
it's amazing. And I recently went to a conference in London, but above all is the scripts. I work with a very good scriptwriter called Tom Menery, based in Plymouth, and we collaborate for the last few films I've done on the scripts, and that's the most important thing to start with, and then you build all the fantastic elements around that.
I mean, I guess that's true, whatever the scale, isn't it? So long as the story is right. And in fact, actually, then it doesn't have to be a big budget movie if the story is fantastic in the first place. The other way round doesn't work, does it? Because if you throw millions of pounds of special effects...
it's like millions of pounds of it. You look at something like the Transformer films are a different kettle of fish, because you think, there's not much. It's all spectacle things, but some people love those films because you can leave your brain at the door.
How can you say there is no story? I'm sure there was one somewhere.
There was in the cartoon in 1985.
We won't knock Transformers any further. So what's the project you're working on right now?
The project I'm working on at the moment is called The Runner.
Right.
And it was quite an ambitious project to take on. It all started by me going to see a version of The Tempest in Exeter, and I met this actor called Ben Gilbert. And all actors want show material, so you can put it a little video, send it to an agent, say this is what I can do. And
I mean, sorry to interrupt, that whole kind of show reel thing, whether it's radio, TV, films, whatever, that's a whole industry in itself, because it's a very specialist art, isn't it? Making something which grabs someone's attention.
Definitely,
It's kind of like a commercial for an individual,
because you've only got a couple of minutes, and you want to have different directors on there, because you make sure you're not working with the same person.
Yeah.
But I decided to build a film around this actor.
Right.
It started as a 3-minute short.
Right.
And it turned into a probably about 14 locations with a cast and crew of 60.
Wow.
22-minute film.
Okay. We're going to find out more about it, and we've got some clips to play as well, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
We will do that very, very soon. If you want to get in touch, if you've got a question about making movies at all, I want to find out things like, what does the best boy do, and what does the gaffer and the focus puller? I mean, these are all terms which you see, and I know nothing about. So we will find out before 9 o'clock tonight. Time for the first of our songs. Now, we've got some great new songs coming into play tonight. The first one I'm going to play from you is from Little Lappin'. Now, Lucy knocked on the door at the Music Mill 2 or 3 months ago, and we've been playing music ever since. Always gets a big reaction. This is from their brand new EP, which is out. The song is called Remember the Highs.
When I'm gone,
There you go, brand new from Little App, and it's called Remember the Highs. It's the TorbayHour radio show. It is Monday night. It's Monday the 27th of April 2015. We're, of course, a week away from a bank holiday. We will be here next week anyway, so don't worry about that. Bung the date in your diary. What's going on the Twitter feed tonight?
I don't know, because I've just been listening to you two geek out over sound systems. Right, what's going on tonight? So Flossie and Jim, they're going through their unicorn phase at the moment. So if you like unicorns, or you have somebody that likes unicorns, definitely give them a check out. I'm trying to convince them to get the unicorn onto Twitter, but I'm getting there. Also this weekend we've got Bricks Pirate Fest. So,
yeah, of course, yeah.
So last weekend we had all the farmers down.
Yes.
This weekend we got all the pirates.
There was naturists as well.
Really?
In a hotel in Torbay, there was a naturist convention.
Wow, I missed that one.
They wouldn't let you in.
They wouldn't let me in.
They didn't like the thought. Yeah.
I feel sick.
Yeah, anyway, so pirates this weekend.
So you got the bikes and then you got the pirates over in Brixton.
Fantastic.
AC Print have been on asking who uses Pinterest for their business. So if you do, get in touch with her and have a chat and make sure you're following everybody. And it looks like there's a chance to help Shellstone Pool next month. They're going to be asking for your votes, so get ready because we'll be pushing that.
Okay. In the studio tonight, we've got John Tomkins. We're talking films. We were geeking out off air about the quality of sound. Now, sound design, the whole business of making sound effects. Is that Foley effects? Is my technology?
You can use Foley effects. I mean, one of the first action thing I did with There Coming, we literally for the punches. I think it was me. I was punching a pillow. Right. Or a couple of pillows, because it made that sort of sound kind of thing to emphasise that this guy was trying to escape from a security guard, and it was quite an ambitious sequence, and the team worked really, really, really well. It starts off, I was just trying to get it right, it starts off in Payton Library, goes downstairs in your bottom of the Riviera Centre, then you're at the top of the library, and then he runs around the corner, he's running down Rock Walk.
Okay.
So all in one sequence, but he was just trying to figure it all out how it will work.
Okay, well, we'll need to see the link on that one later on and catch that. Now, we've got some clips from the movie which is in production at the moment.
Yeah, it's actually finished production. It's been entered into 11 film festivals around the world.
Right.
The hope for the film is that it gets shown at some of these festivals. And main thing, it's shown what an awesome place Torbay is for filmmaking.
So have you chosen the locations based on their aesthetic appeal on camera?
Oh,
because they
definitely.
I
mean, we used Tor Abbey. The people in Tor Abbey were very, very supportive of us. That we could film anywhere around the Abbey and things, and it was just promoting what they're doing and what a fantastic job that location is.
Okay,
and it should be used for more stuff.
Well, it should. I mean, the TV have used this neck of the woods a fair bit, haven't they? Even back to the Monty Python, the TV shows, and in fact some of the films were shot on the beach at Tor Abbey and stuff like that. Some of the scenes, you look at it and you go, I know that.
Such an amazing place.
Great. Now, what's the first clip that we're going to listen to?
Well, the first clip of a sort of the introduction to the film is track 1, which is...
Track 1? You told me track 7.
I changed my mind.
Right, okay. Right, don't worry. We're there. Track 1.
Track 1. It's called Lake Coffee, and it's a runner bringing a coffee to the actor rather and he's not very pleased with what he's got.
Okay.
That's what starts the film off.
I like the concept of runners bringing the principal's coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Can we introduce that?
And that runs throughout the film, the coffee.
It sounds like heaven. Right, let's hear it. Is it going to work?
Welcome.
Oh, it's...
Welcome to TorbayHour Radio Show.
It's a little bit jumping at the moment. Track 1 on the CD there is a little bit jumping.
Give it a clean. Give it a clean.
I'll talk amongst yourselves. I'll clean it up.
Shall I say what's going on here?
Yeah, go on.
Right, so we've got a few other things going on. So if you're a francophile, if you like talking French and speaking French with other people and networking, then check out at Franglaise Club. They meet all the time. They've just been to Kent's Cavern, actually, and had a tour of Kent's Cavern in French.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Ooh la la, perhaps.
Oh, monsieur. That's about all I can do. I've forgotten most of it. Right, a couple of new accounts. So, Torbay Packaging, give them a follow. And also, Autograph Estate Agents. So, it's at Autograph Est AGN. They're a new estate agent opening up, and they're going to have offers and competitions and thing.
And thing. I like the idea of and thing. Right, I think we hopefully can now have track one. So this is Runners Bringing Actors Coffee. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Good. Right, here we go.
You're late. Mr. Waller is waiting for his coffee. He won't start without it.
I'm sorry, sir. My legs were what they used to be, you know.
Don't let it happen again.
Coffee, sir. Here we are.
What's this? What's this?
Oh, that would be your coffee.
Look.
Coffee, 2 sugars, chocolate and marshmallow, as requested.
There's no cream. My rider clearly states that I, Patrick Edward Bethany Huller, before a single camera focus is up, before one line is uttered from my lips, shall have fresh whipped cream in my coffee!
Right, of course. I'll deal with it. Henry. You know, I've been thinking long and hard about that pesky leg of yours.
So there we go. We have coffee. I've worked with people like that, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's. I suppose it was just sort of. It's a film within a film.
Okay.
So in the film, there's a film directed by a director called Stephen Elliott. It's called The Importance of Everything. It's like a Merchant Ivory kind of film, and the entire film is falling apart. And one of the runners, they need a new runner, which is basically the setup of the film, and they have to recruit a new runner. When there's they approach a guy called Harry Wilkins. He's a bit of a hard nut. He's the runner trainer. He gets them the runners, and they start up a runner training camp.
Right, okay.
For the
and of course, the best thing about the fact you're making a film within a film is you can get a whole load of kit left in the shot and it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is that as well. Yeah.
So how did it now? Okay, so once you've decided, if you've got a great script and a great story and you're now going to turn this into a film, what's the process that you have to go through? And then how supportive do you find this area for making films?
It's brilliantly supportive. If somebody wants to help out, I let them. I haven't got that big ego thing like some directors might have. Oh yeah, we can only work with such and such groups.
Have you got one of those
like
chairs with the thing across the back?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've got to have that. You've got to have the chair.
It's just let people help out, because at the end of the day, you're creating something that's creative. It's going to go out there. It's going to promote the local area, and it's benefiting everyone involved in the film. That's how I feel with the sort of the creative process, and surround yourself with people that know what they're doing. Don't do everything,
right?
Because that's what I suppose some directors make the mistake that they try and do everything themselves. Don't do that. I mean, on the editing of this, I had a great cinematographer, Krista Williams, and Julian Kemp did Steadicam and sound. They took care of that element for me, and it frees you up more, so you can actually concentrate what you're actually doing rather than doing too many.
So is the director really the storyteller rather than the scriptwriter? Is it your job to turn that script into reality?
I wrote the plot to the film, and I sent it to a scriptwriter to sort of flesh it out a bit more, put some funny sort of jokes and things, to expand the idea.
Okay. And then he gives it back, and you say,
and then he gives it back, and then I agree that's fine. So, I mean, it's a director's vision, but you utilise everybody around you to create that vision. But one of the most important things to me is the audience. Otherwise, I always say to people, you would be making this film, it would be like a holiday video to show your family and friends. It's made for an audience, and, hopefully, I mean, I've played this film to a few people that I know. We had a cast and crew premiere, and it was just to get an idea of the structure it's working, and people were laughing because there are some funny bits in this, and it was knowing how to cut it as well to make it funny.
And that again is a skill in itself, isn't
definitely.
it? So yeah. All right, we'll talk more about that soon. Time for another tune now. This one is from Andy Quick's Flying Orchestra. I got to say, I just love this song. It's on in the car. It's all over the place. It's called The One. Andy Quick's Flying Orchestra. It's called The One. It's sensational, in my opinion. But I'm allowed an opinion.
No, you're not.
And that's the nice thing, of course. If you like the songs that you hear, we can pass the comments straight on to the people that make them as well. So people like Adam Isaac actually give us the songs and say, play them Tell us what people think, and then we can tweak them to make them right. So do that. Get in touch. Let us know what you think of the music on the show this week and every week. It's 20 to 9, unbelievably. We're talking movies tonight. John Tomkins in the studio. We're talking about his new film he's made called The Runner, which it sounds like a comedy thriller.
It's I suppose it's a straight out comedy kind of film, sort of in the sense of like the comic strip presents. It was sort of going for that kind of sort of feel there, but we're our own sort of slant on them. But as an edit, I think it's the tightest edit that I've worked on, collaborated on. Okay,
so it's sort of fairly fast paced as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in terms of, we were talking about the production of the movie, and your advice to filmmakers is don't try and do everything yourself.
Oh, no, definitely. Get in some of the best people, because it's only going to make the film better. I mean, and in the post-production, I worked with a very good editor. I did most of the editing myself, but brought in another editor, sort of tying up things and do the grading and the sound editing. That was Dom Lee, another filmmaker.
Okay. Now, sound, we keep talking about off air because I'm kind of mildly obsessed with home cinema and the sound system. Martin's smiling because he knows quite how obsessed. The sound, the soundscape, and the kind of atmosphere that you can create with the sound in the film is, for me, it's almost more important than the visuals.
Oh no, it's very, very important. And the music we're using now, I was very, very grateful. There's a local band that you might have heard of called Moriarty.
Yeah.
They very kindly lent us a bit of music, a bit of one of their tracks called it's Lord Blackwood, and very kind of popped that in the film.
Right, okay, fine. I mean, it's a great opportunity for musicians to get their music out there.
Oh, no, definitely.
And that's a whole other side of the movie business on a bigger scale. That they call it sync, don't they, when you attach a bit of music to a film. And there are sync agents that will specifically go out on the filmmaker's behalf and try and find either that or commission music.
Yeah, I mean, I have performed. I use Audio Network a lot to get music, but I have worked with composers in the past who've composed especially bits of music film. With their coming, the actual theme tune to the film was composed from scratch. I sat in a recording studio with a couple of musicians called Neil Rich and Gary Cinderham, and we worked out a bit of music for the film, which was amazing from my point of view. I was just like, wow, this is...
anyone that's ever doubted that, watch a clip or an action film or something like that and play some sort of fairly light-hearted, fast-paced music as opposed to the sort of fully dramatic music, and it completely changes how the movie feels, doesn't it? It really, really does.
I mean, I always look back at, I think it was Gremlins. There's a bit of music in that which sets up the character. There's an old lady in there who's not very nice, and it sets up the character before you actually meet her. The music, because it's like introductions to the character.
I mean, just think of the Imperial March in Star Wars. Let's take it back to basics. It's intimidating stuff, isn't it?
How good was that trailer? Just how it was edited together, and the music worked absolutely brilliantly, because you thought it was over, and then suddenly Harrison Ford, Han Solo was on screen, and I was like, yeah,
and everyone got a tear in their eye.
and I was like, this is amazing, so excited.
Brilliant. Now, what would you say as a filmmaker who's obviously got a fair few years under their belt? Sorry to say that, but what would you say is the biggest sort of stumbling block that a young? Because I mean, there are film studies in colleges now.
It's investment.
Right.
I mean, part of the thing why we make these, everybody on these films that you see. I mean, if you want to follow us, we're at The Runner 2015 on Twitter, which you can find a bit more about the film and things, is everybody works voluntary. They don't get paid to do it, and I'm very grateful to people that help out, and I sort of cover food for the day, that sort of thing. It's just getting the investment down there.
And how willing do you find? Because I mean, obviously there are tax breaks for movies in this country.
There are. It works on a point system. It depends what your budget your film is. You can get 20% of your budget back.
Right.
But it has to be more of a feature film than a short film.
So really, is it a case of finding someone with deep pockets who's prepared to take a gamble?
No, definitely. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm making these short films, that the quality's got to be good, because you hope somebody notices you and gives you the budget for, even if it's not a major, like even if it's $1 million. which sounds like a lot, but once you factor in other factors and their expenses,
all those hot chocolates with cream.
The hot chocolates and cream.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We're going to find this out, and I do need to get those definitions of the focus puller and the best boy and the gaffer and all that kind of stuff. We will do that before 9 o'clock. What's going on the Twitter feed?
Right. So this is one of the few times I'll ever be sensible on this show. Right. So we have an account at serve_on. They're a volunteer organisation providing emergency services both abroad and in the UK. They are currently in Nepal.
Right.
So, we always sort of say the power of Twitter, things like that. Sometimes you need to go out, you need to find these accounts and just watch them and see how you can help. So if everyone can just follow at serve_on, O-N, and just keep an eye on them, see how they're doing, see if there is a way you can help out, because Torbay can help everyone in Nepal as well, because obviously
it's an appalling situation. It really is. It's changing literally by the hour, if not by the minute. And actually, the power of social media at play there again. Within moments of that earthquake happening, people telling friends and family that they were okay, and video footage of it happening. And it really, all of a sudden, that you hear, it's in Kathmandu, it's on the other side of the planet, but there it's right on your phone.
Exactly. I mean, it's not just it's not a movie. Keeping it in tune with tonight, it's not a movie. This is actually happening out there. There are people stuck under rubble. There's people stuck under avalanches on Mount Everest and things like that. This could be your friend, your neighbour, anyone on TorbayHour could have been affected by this. And sometimes just by clicking that follow, you're in a position to be able to help. So that's at serve_on.
Right. Okay, I'm going to play our final song tonight. Now, I was kind of hoping to get the latest one from Clara Bond. She got in touch with us just before the show saying, "Have you got my new single?" I was kind of hoping it was going to have flown in, but actually, do you know what? Actually, if we can talk for another couple of minutes, it has just arrived. It has.
So shall I tell you what else is going on? We've done the sensible bit. So actually not apparently, Devon Business Expo's on this Thursday.
Oh.
So that's a good chance. I believe there's around 800 people going there on Thursday over in Exeter. So it's a good opportunity to get your networking groove on. And get networking with people from TorbayHour as well, actually face to face. So go over there, support everyone over there, and get yourself some business.
Okay, time for a brand new song. Now this is proper exclusive because I've not heard this yet. I've heard the opening bar to check it was there. So literally fresh in from Clara Bond. This is the new song. It's called Porcelain.
She learned early in life it's just a waste of time to be insecure. She's got skin like porcelain. She don't need a tan to be a 10. So comfortable, all natural, nothing but original. With skin like porcelain, she wakes up every morning like mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm the fairest of them all.
Clara's not let us down, has she? It's brilliant. The new song, it's called Porcelain. I really like it. It's on the TorbayHour radio show. We enjoyed that for the first time together.
Oh,
it's an emotional
look at
experience.
that.
It's great. Thank you. Yeah. TorbayHour radio show. Thanks to the Babacom Inn for their continued support. Without you, we could not do this. We're talking movies tonight, which is great, and it's a kind of new world for me, other than on the watching them side of it. John Tomkins is in the studio talking about his new movie called The Runner. Which, as we've already found out, is about runners. And runners it's another one of these jobs, isn't it? And it's actually a fairly important job.
It's a very important job. A film runner does all the horrible jobs. Like, for instance, like you've got to get the dry cleaning for, say, George Clooney or something. He's doing a film in England. You've got to make sure he has lunch at a certain time. You've got to make sure everybody gets their call sheets and know what time to get up. But in some ways, it's a good way to get into the industry.
Do you know, this is an absolutely true story. I was doing some work experience in a studio in London when I just left school, and there was a director of a film, and I was doing some voiceover work there as work experience, which is quite remarkable. And the other was they got it for free. But the point was that the director of the production sent a runner out. He said, "Get me a runner, get me a runner." And the runner came in. And he said, "Go out, get me 20 cigarettes." So he sent him out, and it was chucking with rain. And this runner got back and he was properly bedraggled. And he went, "And a packet of Polos." And he had to go out again. But anyway, sorry, yes. So that's a runner.
Yeah, I mean, that just intrigued me, the sort of comedy value. I mean, with that clip you played earlier, that he's late. I mean, in the actual clip, he's got 3 donuts and he's got his coffee, and he manages to get the lead, the ego of the film, whose basically family has bankrolled this film, and he's got him the wrong coffee.
As you do. So let's just, while we're talking the jobs in the film, what is a focus puller?
Do you know? I don't know.
All right, there we go.
Isn't it something to do with like?
I've got no idea. Obviously,
keeping the focus on a moving camera.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's it. I would have to ask my cinematographer then.
Dolly grip. There's another one.
With dolly grip, and you got the gaffer, the ones that actually the cameras on wheels.
Yeah.
That's what they.
I see. Basically, just you pull it.
Yeah. That's it.
See, it always amazes me whenever you watch a feature film. There are literally hundreds.
I always look at it and think, what do you need all these people? It's like if I was doing a big budget production, I would have an assistant, and the assistant would have an assistant. And then you would have a lawyer.
And then you have a second unit is the people that go off and do other incidental shots, isn't it? And they've got their own directors and editors and all that.
I mean, I'm very, very lucky to work with people. I mean, I learn by just doing, by like learning from the productions I'm doing. But I work with some people that got degrees in filmmaking. They've passed that, and it's very good to utilise their knowledge as well.
Right, okay.
And don't be afraid to say you don't know something, because that's why you surround yourself by people.
Brilliant. All right, we are really seriously running out of time with this. I can't believe where the hour's gone. So what's next? Now, you're saying you're in various different film festivals.
Yeah, around the world. Everywhere from Brazil to Toronto to the USA, and the hope to get the film seen, and then hoping it works for everybody involved. It's a collaborative film, even though my name's on, it's John Tomkins' film, kind of, it's everybody involved's film, because without them I wouldn't have been able to make it. And my hope is to make a big budget feature.
So how do you take it? So you've got your edited, I was going to say roll of film, but of course these days it's a hard disk somewhere. Yeah. You've got your edited film. How do you get it from here we are in Torbay through to a film festival in Brazil?
And the amazing of the internet, we were talking about the song you just played, is there's a site called Film Freeway. You upload your film to, like, say, Vimeo or YouTube with a password, and they can view it from there.
Oh,
and you just set up like a Facebook page for your film, and it's amazing the digital world, because before you would have to probably go down the post office to them. Now they can see it.
So I mean, presumably all of your film is live action.
Yeah.
As opposed to sort of the sort of I can't remember what's digital animation kind of.
Yeah, it's live action.
And because the other, they went through the phase again back to the early, the Star Wars 1 or whatever it was, where it was all green screen as well, wasn't it?
I don't. It's the thing with you use green screen. I mean, saying that, the next thing the big budget thing I want to do, which is called a Dark Terror in a Ghoul. One of the shots I want to do as a test is a guy with his head chopped off, and he's got his head. He's carrying his head underneath his arm, and he's talking to someone. Do
you remember Rent-A-Ghost back in the 70s?
Yeah, that's that.
If they could do it, I'm sure you can do it now. So, okay, so what's next then? So it's in all these film things. Where can we see it?
It's going to be shown later in the year in Torbay. One other thing with film festivals, you have to send it there first before you can have your local premiere.
Right.
But there are, if you go to At the Runner 2015, there's an official website, and we've got teaser trailers and full trailers on there, and it gives you a bit of background of who's involved in it as well, and a bit of background how the film came about.
Okay, so give us the big people that have been involved in it. I know that there's a cast and crew. You've given me a photograph here, about 60 or 70
There's
people.
a cast and crew. We've got the main cast. Got Jimmy Lee Bennett, Ben Gilbert. We've got Tom Hutchins, Tom Menery, Evelyn Reed, James Cotter, Sarah McCall. These names you might not have heard of, but they've got but they've got a massive amount of experience. There's Karen Fairfax. A lot of these people have worked with big name directors that you may have heard of, like being in sort of productions really like sort of Tim Burton. They've been down to the Poldark. They've been in loads of Jimmy Lee Bennett has finished he's in the film, the next Craze film that's coming out, he's in that. But they're all faces you'll probably see on screen in sort of bigger productions, but I'm so grateful to have involved in this.
Is it too late to get involved either on a financial level or in some other way in the promotion of the film?
No.
Okay, how do people get in touch with you?
Via Twitter would be the best thing.
And your tag is?
So it's at the Runner 2015.
Simple. John, thanks so much for coming in. We've learned something about the movie business tonight. I don't think Martin or I have really got the face for the film, so we'll stick with the wireless.
Well, you never know.
I don't know, if you do an over film, maybe.
Yeah. We've got plenty of makeup people.
Right, get out. Go on. Thanks for coming in. We will no doubt see you soon. Best of luck with the festivals. Martin, wrap it up for us on Twitter.
Right, okay, so I've heard back from Flossie and Jim. The Unicorn has a Facebook page.
Oh, right.
So if they are into unicorns, the Vampire Horse Fan Club. There you
Vampire Horse.
Big congratulations to at PSP_TQY. He's a real TorbayHour success story. He's smashed every target in his first year, so well done, Andy, and everyone there. Dot's Pantry. I love these guys.
Because there's cake involved.
The next time someone says you've eaten too much cake, never speak to them again, for you do not need that kind of negativity in your life.
Right.
That's the TorbayHour radio show right there.
Your motto. You'll live by that.
I always do.
Yeah, I can tell. Sorry, I didn't say that. Well, I can't talk anyway.
Hey.
Right, okay, we will be back next week, and have a great week. If you want to catch up with tonight's show, if you want to learn more about the film business, if you want to hear all the stuff about the BMADS Festival again, if you go into the festival, have a great time, you can hear it on the YouTube channel, the Listen Again service, as we like to call it, or perhaps TorbayHour Plus might work.
TorbayHour Plus, whatever you like.
Yeah, we like that. It's good. It's all there. Just go along to YouTube, search for TorbayHour. You can listen to the back catalogue on there, so you can hear crime prevention advice, legal advice, financial advice, funding, all kinds of things. We've had so many great people in. If you fancy being a guest on the show, get in touch. You can be a 140-second pitch or the account of the week. It's all there. TorbayHour. We'll catch you next week.
Talking and tweeting business in Torbay and South Devon. This is the TorbayHour Radio Show.